My question is to the Premier. Speaker, on September 24, 2011, according to the Auditor, an Ontario Liberal Party news release announced as an election campaign promise that the Greenfield plant in Mississauga would not go forward. The Liberal Party won the election on October 6, 2011. Speaker, there's a reason that the Auditor General makes that point in his report, that it was the Ontario Liberal Party. The co-chair of the Ontario Liberal Party at the time was none other than Kathleen Wynne, the Premier.
I remember that.
The Premier may not be, as she indicated, an accountant, and she may not be an engineer, but she is the Premier. And as the Premier, I would ask her this question. Why can the Premier not stand in her place and say to the people of Ontario, we made a mistake?
Thank you. Thank you. Be seated, please. Be seated, please. Premier.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. And I have said that we take responsibility for making sure that all of the information that is being asked for is provided, Mr. Speaker. I take full responsibility for that, Mr. Speaker. I have also said that the process should have been different. I have been clear about that, Mr. Speaker. It should have been different, and we need a different process going forward. I have also said, Mr. Speaker, that this was a political decision. It was a political decision that would have been taken, ostensibly, by all accounts from the other parties, would have been taken by the other parties had they been in government, Mr. Speaker. It was a political decision that, in the implementation, had business costs associated with it, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Point, a supplementary.
Speaker, there's an important thread missing in the Premier's comments, and that is that it was the government of the day that decided to put the plant there in the first place. That was not a decision of the opposition. It was not a decision of the third party. That government made the mistake of putting it there to begin with. Therefore, they share all of the responsibility for the cost. My question is this. Given that it was a Liberal Party decision to incur $275 million of costs, will the Premier agree that it's the Liberal Party of Ontario that should pay that
money? Be seated, please. Thank you. Premier.
Government House Leader.
Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, let me remind.
If I have to wade through this and individually mention somebody, I want to give everybody an understanding. When I give you a warning, that's the last time I will speak to you other than to name you. Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, let me remind the honourable member about the Mississauga South PC candidate robocall. Hi there. This is Jeff Yanushik, your Mississauga South Ontario PC candidate. I'm calling about the McGuinty-Sousa power plant that the Liberal government decided to build in your backyard. I am against this power plant, and as your MPP, I will fight to stop the power plant from being built. Our team has been out knocking on doors every single evening for several months, talking about the power plant and making sure that we defeat the Liberals in this riding and put an end to their bad decisions.
Thank you. The member from Leeds-Grenville, if it was a test, you won. You're warned.
Mr. Speaker, what's interesting is today in front of the committee are the Liberal members called on all four of the candidates for both parties in this riding to come forward, and they couldn't make it.